This video is to address week number 5, problem number 2 that I have created. And in problem 2, it asks us to explain why a point with x equals 0 gives you an intercept of the YZ plane in 3 space. It's a very similar task or problem to task number 1 in our homework assignment, but I changed up the restrictions and I wanted to investigate a different scenario occurring. So what I'm going to do is switch over to GeoGebra to represent this. I've got just the standard XYZ plane shown, and then because we're trying to investigate why we always will get an intercept of a plane, I want to first create that plane. So we know that by definition a plane is formed by 3 non-collinear points. So what I did was I chose 3 non-collinear points on my graph, and I decided to choose point A right here where my cursor is 0, 1, 0. Point B is 0, 2, 0. And then I chose point C to be off that line, and that is 0, 0, 1. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my GeoGebra skills here, plane through 3 points. I'm going to click individually on each of those points, and a plane is created. What I am going to do though is I'm going to get rid of this. I did this earlier, and it's that plane. I wanted to use a contrasting color so that we can really see the points pop out. So what I'm going to do now is investigate the characteristic. But before I do, something to note, one of the reasons why I love using GeoGebra with the algebra view and the 3-dimensional view is that look at what the algebra side did in GeoGebra, and that is the minute that, so it's highlighted orange just because the picture is orange for that section. The minute that that plane got added, my YZ plane, it actually interpreted that plane as x equals 0, which is interesting because GeoGebra is saying, duh, that's the proof of this. But I'd like to investigate it a little bit further. So we're going to go ahead and just enter some points. I already have one available where x is equal to 0. So point D is 0, 2, 3. Again, the characteristics that we're looking for is for x to be 0, and it does not state that you have to have anything other than what we are showing. So we're going to go ahead and look and see if that crosses. And as we spin it around, you can see that yes, that is a clear intersection of that plane. So I'm going to go ahead and just test some other ones. I'm going to try a negative value. So if we are, let's see, 0 again for the x, and then let's do negative 2 and positive 4. And again, that's going to be point E, and I'm going to go back to my viewpoint here, and E is again intersecting that plane. So basically what this is saying is that every time your x value is 0, you will automatically be within the YZ plane in 3 space. And again, that is because you are not including a x value, but if you're in 3 space, you have to have 3 coordinates. So the only other way to get a coordinate in 3 space would be to apply a YZ value and again get you on the YZ plane.